There's this constant pressure that never leaves. The pressure to grow faster, bigger, stronger, wider. The louder the world shouts growth, 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 the more that voice digs in, gnaws at every waking moment. Founders, leaders, investors, they all feel it, like a buzzing fly you can't swat away. Because growth should be the goal, right? More customers, more users, more money, more scale, more presence, more influence. But what if the very thing you're chasing, that relentless hunger for growth, is actually tearing apart the one thing you desperately need? Your focus. Think about those nights when your mind races in 1,000 directions. Projects overlapping, priorities tangled, half-baked ideas screaming for attention. You're trying to build empires while juggling every shiny opportunity the market throws at you. Emails, meetings, pitches, strategies, funnels, collaborations. You're everywhere, doing everything. But here's the raw truth. Being everywhere means you're nowhere. Being everything means you're nothing but a blurred outline. And focus, pure, razor-sharp, uncompromising focus, is the single most scarce resource you possess. Without it, growth becomes a trap, not a triumph. It's brutal. Because the story society sells is that bigger is better, faster is smarter, more is success. But each new yes you say to growth, each extra branch you chase, pulls your attention further from what actually matters. Every distraction dilutes your power like ink in water until the core of what you built, your vision, fades. You become a machine chasing signals rather than a creator shaping reality. And the more you churn, the less you actually own the outcome. You're stuck running on a treadmill, spinning faster and faster, hoping somewhere down the line it breaks open into a breakthrough. But you don't burst through. You just get exhausted, scattered, overwhelmed, like a candle melting at both ends with no wax left to fuel the flame. And when the flame goes out, growth stops. Because without focus, growth is not growth, it's friction. It's chaos disguised as progress. This is why the idea that growth and focus are best friends is a lie. They are not friends at all. They are enemies locked in an endless battle. Growth wants everything, right now, amplified, exponential. Focus demands sacrifice, discipline, saying no, cutting off, shaving edges until only what matters remains. Focus is ruthless. Growth is loud. Growth wants to multiply. Focus wants to concentrate. So what if this is the moment to stop running after growth and start running towards focus? What if by chasing less, you unlock more? What if the real exponent is not the size of your network or the speed of your scaling, but the precision of your attention and the fierceness of your commitment to what truly moves the needle? It's time to unlearn the way we've been wired, to stop believing progress is about more stuff, more noise, more movement. Real progress comes when you dare to shrink your world, isolate the vital few moves, and pour everything you've got into them. Here's the secret. Focus is not a passive act. It is the most aggressive weapon in your arsenal. When you say no to distractions, you say yes to power. When you cut off opportunities that scatter your strength, you become the master of your fate, not a slave to the next trend or the next shiny object. Focus is not about playing small. It's about being fierce, about being smarter and stronger than the volume of the world screaming at you to do more. And here's the hardest part. Learning to say no is a muscle nearly everyone refuses to train. Because society's conditioned us to believe every chance is a good chance, every opportunity a step forward. But in reality, every yes is a diversion, a thread pulled from the fabric of your vision. What does it look like? It means ruthless pruning. It means cutting products, markets, features that do not shout your core mission. It means shelving ideas that excite the ego but kill the focus. It means defining absolute guardrails around your attention, your time, your energy, your resources. Not just a calendar block, but an unbreakable pact with yourself that nothing steals from what you've chosen as your true north. If it's not pushing your mission, it's trash. If it is not a clear step towards the outcome you want, it is poison. This is not easy. It will feel like you're ignoring parts of your potential, like you're choosing less when everything is screaming to grab more. But that's where the world is upside down. Those who flame out chasing everything become background noise. Those who pick their fight, their battlefield, become legends. This is how not just companies, but lives transcend. This is why the greatest founders, investors, and leaders operate not as astronauts floating everywhere, but as snipers, locking in on one target with deadly precision. And don't mistake this for logic only. Focus is an emotional fire. It's the clarity that clears the fog of doubt, the resolve that crushes the anxiety of decision paralysis. It's the feeling that you are creating your reality, not pushed around by it. When focus takes hold, chaos fades, and you start to own your world. The noise quiets, and you hear only what matters. Your team follows your calm, your investors sense your conviction, your customers feel your authenticity. That's power born from focus. Now the challenge: how to break free. How to change the way this obsession with endless growth drives you. Start with a brutal truth audit. What parts of your daily work are just busy work, feeding the illusion of growth? Cut the noise ruthlessly. Next, set boundaries no one can cross. This is non-negotiable time or projects you guard like your life. Use this sanctuary of focus to build deep work habits. Momentum is a killer, but focus builds momentum like a wave, unstoppable once you start. Align your team around this same obsession. Everyone must become guardians of your focus, not just another source of distraction. Remember that focus does not mean lonely or small-minded. It means powerful connection, the right connections. Not all relationships grow you, many drain you. Be selective. Align with those who burn as you do, not just anyone with a title or a title you dream of. When you connect with the few, those who share your fire, you create a network of strength, ideas, and resources that scale differently. Not noise, but signal. And be patient. Great focus never rushes. It plays the long game. True growth that matters isn't a sprint or a viral spike. It's a slow, deliberate build-up, accumulation of power fueled by relentless focus. Wait for it. Cultivate it. Protect it. It's the rarest currency you have. Bottom line, growth without focus is a mirage. It's a hollow victory that leaves you exhausted and empty. But focus? Focus is the power to create worlds, to build empires on your terms, to rewrite the rules that bind us. If you dare to stop playing by the system's script and start writing your own, this is the path. This is the secret buried under the noise. This is how you become the rare individual, the one who shatters borders and limitations, who dares to build not just for the now, but for eternity. So if the overwhelm is pounding in your chest, if the endless chase is stealing your soul, stop. Breathe. Turn your back on the explosion of noise screaming for your attention and start a revolution inside. The revolution of ruthless focus as your weapon, your shield, your freedom. Because real growth, the kind that changes lives and shifts futures, isn't a product of more. It's born in the crucible of less noise, less distraction, less compromise. Own your focus. Defend it like your life depends on it, because it does. Here lies your power. Here lies the future you've been burning for. Not in chasing more, but in mastering less. This is where the enemy of focus becomes your greatest ally. And the world? The world will wait to witness what only you can create when nothing stands in your way.